Alright, hello YouTube. So I'm going to be showcasing my recent build that took about 2 hours, maybe 3, and it's a Dragster. I know in Homebrew V12? No, V13 they had a Dragster as a demo car, and they didn't have one in this game, so I decided to build one with a unique style, because now they have a skin system. And I'm overall pretty impressed with it. It travels quite fast. I put a boost in it, which is just 3 rockets. I think it achieves over 400 miles per hour. So I'm just going to go ahead and hop into it. I have an automatic handbrake system that I need to adjust the brakes just a little bit more. But pretty much whenever I start the gas, it'll take the handbrake off, and let me go ahead and just start going. It is a manual. Didn't engage the clutch. Or I didn't use the clutch option. And it travels pretty nice. It doesn't really skid out that much. I have adjusted that. And the wheels only turn at 10 or 12 degrees. And I tried making a pretty stiff suspension. There's one where it just spun out. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. And also, this is going to be a slight tutorial and show you guys how to get to Flatland, because some of you guys are confused. I know I was confused my first time trying to find it. And it's very simple to find, so let's go ahead and hop out of this guy. And go to build. Oh, nope, not build, sorry about that. Hop out of here. Oh, press reset. And now I usually grab the champion. And just go ahead and spawn it right here. And what you want to do is you want to take off and you want to head to the right, towards that direction. So I'll just show that. This new update, whenever you throw a vehicle, it spawns pretty far away. So the champion is just a demo car that you get, or demo plane. And you press up on the arrow to change the pitch of the engines. And also you can press, I think, S and D. But I'm just going to go ahead and increase the throttle with P. If you don't know the controls, you can just hold F1 and it'll tell you. Yeah, so the vector thrust is that, so I'm just going to go ahead and rotate, and I'm going to fly to the right. The only bad part about the champion is they put the lock on it to where you can't look around, but that's okay, I already know where it's at. So whenever you take off, you just turn right, and you're heading towards Flatland then. You'll know you're heading towards it when you see this small little desert island over here, I think with a runway. Yeah, there it is. And then in the distance, you can just see a little bit of land. And that is Flatland. I think they said it's 100 kilometers by 100 kilometers or something like that. They've also added pillars at the ends of the map to know when you're actually leaving the map, other than just spawning you back at the beginning. So I'm just going to go ahead and head there quite quickly. I think throttle's at full. Yep. And then we're at Flatland. Flatland, it's not completely flat. There is some hills and little bumps, but that's okay. Perfect for testing our drag racer. Gonna go ahead and get in the drag racer, spawn it in. I'm gonna spawn it high so it spawns closer. Okay, never mind. It didn't work that well. Alright, I tried making a pretty stiff suspension. So now we're gonna go ahead and start it up, take the handbrake off, get going a little bit. And we'll just see the max speed of the gears. So 74 at gear 1. Gear 2 is about 124. Gear 3 is about 165. 4 with about 180. Oh, no, 170. 170-ish. And then gear 5 with about 200, I want to say. No, I was messing with the gear, messing with them. You know, something's going funny. Oh well, but let's see, the real thing is how fast this can go. So I'm just gonna hold down space, and there's 3 rocket engines, you can't see them. Oh, there they are. 3 rocket engines that are in my seat as a nice little cushion. And basically just go. It was a little bit unstable, but that's alright. 400 miles per hour. 450. In the distance you can see the pillar. 470. And that seems to be about our max speed. Yeah, it's going crazy right now. Alright, so now let's just hold the brake. See how fast we can stop. I have put an anti-braking or anti-lock system on the brakes so that they aren't completely locked all the time. And there we go. Now, as you notice with the steering, it is slow and it takes a while to steer to its max. I put a smooth box on there. I noticed that without the smooth box, this thing would, as soon as you turn, it would just spin out of control real fast. So that was a really great improvement. Just gonna go forward. Yeah. It drives very nice at gears of 1 and kind of 2, as in turning. It doesn't spin out. Well, there's a spin out. It's okay. Wonder how it goes with just 0 throttle, but just full rockets. I don't even know if the engine helps at all, so let's see. Alright, 200, 300, 400, and 460. Now what if we engage the engine? Oh. If we engage the engine, we're getting 470. Alright, so there it is. Let's go ahead and stop all that. And slow down. Alright, so that's the Dragster with apparently a V8 when it's a V6 Falcon. There is a transmission box in there. I'll show you what it looks... Oh, okay. Alpha version for you. I'll show you what it looks like inside the build menu. Let's go to build, last project. And we got this little beast. For some reason, whenever I stretch the skin over to here, this orange one, it made a kind of a weird, like, thing with the wheel spawns up. It actually isn't. Yeah, it's funny looking. But anyways, the tuner. Now, it's a little bit complex. Just a little bit. So I'll just start with whatever I see. So activate. Activate goes to the toggle box, and that toggles the engine on or off. It also goes to another toggle box, which is toggled at start, which is then into a combined box for the handbrakes. A little bit complex, but it's easy to figure out. Here's the anti-brake system. Basically, you put a cycle box into a transistor, and the transistor box basically controls. So if I hold Alt, one engages the transistor box. Yeah, I don't think, yeah. And basically, you can just mess around with that. The shift box is used for my throttle. So let me go ahead and lock the window. If I push all the way up on the throttle, I get 1, and I can vary it between 50 or whatever, and it won't go past 0. Should probably put the steering on the wheel hub. Doesn't matter though. Let's change the wheel. Yeah. I got 3 adjustable gas tanks just tucked into each other for neatness. Little battery just off on the side. Wheel hubs are different. I'm trying to mess with the suspension dampening, although it seems funny. Sometimes when you add too much or too little, it just flies off the map or something, or bottoms out. So I've been going up very gradually. And as you can see right below this one, I have a number display, which is for my gears, as you saw in the cockpit, or the, I don't know, driver's seat. And then I also have a speedometer here with miles per hour going to the number display. And these spoilers, quotation marks, are just set on a constant offset of 20, which I could do more, which might even give me a little bit more, let's go negative 25. It might suck me to the ground a little bit more and give me some more stability. Alright. These ones I just keep at 10 though. And I have 3 rocket engines. I used to have it on throttle, which I figured was kind of stupid, because you would just go insanely fast for no reason. So I hooked it up to space as my boost. I think that pretty much covers it. It's not that complex. This is a huge thing. I'm gonna start putting it in all my vehicles, a smooth box. Basically, it helps you turn gradually instead of just, you know, wheels 30 degrees right now. Smoothness, I haven't messed with that. I'm guessing the higher you go, the slower it is. I don't know. Either way. And that's just the simple dragster. Took me about 3 hours. It wasn't that big. I did crash on it quite a few times, which was annoying. So I would just randomly be building. I put this entire skin system on, and then it crashed. Just Homebrew completely closed out, and I had to come back in with just the wheelbase and the 2 spoilers. So that was quite annoying. And it's kind of hard to see inside because I have everything tucked away. But I have many little modules. And I'm even thinking about adding a parachute and a stick shift just for the little car. And it's 1,381 kilograms. I'll be putting a link to download this and also making a tutorial on how to download and share vehicles in Homebrew. Okay, so you just watched my little showcase of my dragster that I scratched up real quick. And I am very impressed with it. If you guys are, leave a like. If you like this video, leave a like. If you have any questions on the stuff I used and how I used it, why I used it, go ahead and drop a question in the comments. And if you want to see any tutorials of any of the modules or what things do in this, go ahead and leave a comment also, and I'll be sure to check that out.